I can't do that forever. One second. Just getting some last second stuff out of the way. As we sit here and wait for this to be ready to go. Where's... Oh yeah, I wasn't using him anymore. I shouldn't be this sleepy at this point of the day. Anyway, show starts in about 10 minutes. We're currently waiting on... Currently waiting on the E3 stream, which is the one they're directing people towards to actually get on with it. Limited run and the two indie directs did not set the bar high. I wasn't expecting them to. Like, usually they don't. We had the indies have been pretty good this year so far. They've been some of the highlights, honestly. But we got most of the really big ones out of the way. I'm not expecting Mega Man to show up. I think if they're going to have a wow moment here, it'll be Dragon's Dogma 2. Because we knew Itsuno wanted to make that. And he's talked about wanting to make it, but he could choose to do DMC 5 first or Dragon's Dogma first, and he chose DMC. So there's a good chance that just shows up here. We're just waiting on Capcom to get it together. And by Capcom, I mean E3. Because Capcom doesn't have an official place they're showing this. They're just pumping it through E3. It's just a bunch of dudes. They're talking about an AMA right now for Monster Hunter Rise. That's all we're missing currently. I don't know. Capcom's official Twitter was directing everyone to go to E3. So that's the one we're using. Yeah, they're directing you to go to E3. So that's where we are. It just means we might have that awkward thing the developer devs had where it's like we're gonna start like 2 minutes early. I've got it ready to go, so we're just gonna switch over the moment it starts. Fun fact. I learned today that Capcom themselves does not have like a publisher YouTube properly. They have a bunch of stuff for their various games. And they have, I think, a Capcom Europe. But they aren't hosting it on any of those, so I don't know, man. This is the first time I think Capcom's done a real show, actually. Yeah, they've just got developers talking about Monster Hunter Rise here for like the next 5 minutes. Yeah, hold on. We can move over to that at least. Put that on screen. But nope, that's the wrong one. I had to have 2 for the break screen. There we go. And they're just talking about their favorite skills in Monster Hunter Rise for the Nintendo Switch. No, don't immediately shoot down Chakalakas. Rip. Yeah, they're just killing. They don't have a pre-show, so they just started this a couple minutes ago and are just killing time.
One day I was playing to check the game. I saw one of Yomogi's feline helpers lying on the ground. So I asked my team what was going on and was told that they were testing out a situation where the feline ate a bad dango that Yomogi made and collapsed. That was a good idea, but unfortunately it didn't make it into the final game.
Well, now you've told people that, they just are gonna ask for you to put that back in.
That didn't make sense, so we had to say no to the idea.
Where did the dev team
an
come up
iconic
with
scene
the
that would be recognized as Monster Hunter
dango?
Rise just by looking at the food scenes. I decided to use elements that were different from those used in the past, such as meat and fish. I personally love sweets, and since the theme for this game is Japanese, I decided to use Japanese sweets as motif.
Okay.
And who doesn't like sweets, right?
The curse of not having multiple monitors. You don't need to introduce new weapon types, just bring the ones that already exist into the game. You're still missing old weapons. One second, chat. I gotta be right back. I'll be back before the show starts. For sure.
I wrote that down too. I was like, I love it.
Oh no, fake gamers.
35 hours Monster Hunter World Dual Blades. That's where you get it. You get in there.
No.
Be real, chat. You don't want to hear this. It's exactly what you think it is. It's them talking about fake conference talk.
Okay, well, it's not actually it's not officially a T-Rex, Jack.
Okay,
but
I'm sorry.
I'll let the internet and your YouTube comments correct you.
Oh no!
That was a great one. Thank you so much for that, Monster Hunter AMA, of course. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions,
yeah, it's fake gamer speak because the stream starts in 2 minutes and they ran out of questions to ask Capcom.
Throughout this, we've been running polls all day long about the old Capcom because, of course, we are coming up pretty dang quick on the Capcom presentation. As a rundown again of what we know officially for Capcom, of course, to be hosted by our friend Seltzer. Then we know we're going to get stuff on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're going to get stuff on Monster Hunter Rise. We're going to get stuff on Monster Hunter Stories 2. We're going to get Resident Evil Village. That is what they have officially said.
That's the official announcement.
More on Resident Evil 4 VR.
Been talking about that for like a week straight.
Yeah. And then if you really want to start dreaming, I know earlier you want to talk about Lost Planet like that's
Sorry guys, I went down the rabbit hole. I don't want to get anyone's hopes.
No, they should bring back Lost Planet. They should do that.
On what we already know. I'm looking forward to seeing what
I'd take that. Lost Planet's good. I'd like to play Lost Planet 2 on stream someday.
Maybe give us some new stuff.
Yeah. Jackie, what do you want?
Okay, so I am.
But Dragon's Dogma is the big one right now.
Puzzle mystery games, just being completely honest. But I mean, Ace Attorney just totally plays to me. Obviously, I'm a big weeb. I absolutely adore anime.
I want to see
being like, objection. Like,
God, Lost Planet's not gonna be here. That would be insane. Dragon's Dogma. I'd like to see RE8 get a DLC announcement already.
I'm just like,
since it's been out. It's only been out for like a month or two, but I wouldn't put it past them. They've already been working on something.
Yeah, you'll be getting it.
I'm not sure what else I really want to see that they haven't announced. Ada DLC would be cool because Ada was an original concept that they had to cut. She was supposed to be in the game. They just decided not to vet out. She looks like a Bloodborne hunter. Here we go. Yeah, she got cut because they couldn't figure out what to do with her. E3 exclusive. Yep. Yeah, she was a Bloodborne one. Maybe we'll see a real Street Fighter game here for the first. Maybe they'll finally announce a good Street Fighter. That game's gotten better, finally, but it took a long time. Maybe Marvel vs. Capcom will show up. That would be crazy.
I'm your host, Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer, and I'll be your guide as we walk through the latest releases, news, and updates from Capcom. We'll hear from the Resident Evil Village team, share some news from the world of Monster Hunter, and get the latest on Ace Attorney. Then we'll wrap up with some updates from our friends at Capcom Fighters. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. First stop today, Resident Evil Village. The Resident Evil franchise
Capcom Fighters, huh?
Pioneer the latest and greatest in survival horror. The team has been blown away by the response to Resident Evil Village, which launched last month.
You are all really horny, says the team.
This decades-long story as the franchise celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. I'm honored to be able to introduce Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village, with a special message for the fans.
Gonna be really awkward when they only announce like one thing. Here.
There's nothing to fear.
Uh-oh. What? Unfortunately, people do be singing. Also, I have to close my eyes. I can't look at this. I can't. I gotta stay safe. Okay.
My name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village. I wanted to take this opportunity
I gotta stay safe. I gotta stay pure.
Since we launched the game in
Let me know how the volume sounds, by the way, since he's a bit quiet.
This new chapter in survival horror. As a reminder, everyone who purchases Resident Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil ReVerse.
Nobody has touched ReVerse. That's not a real... Nobody's touched it.
I'm now happy to announce that Resident Evil ReVerse will go live next month across all supported...
Nobody will touch it.
So, let's afraid to celebrate the Resident
That's not a real video game. You keep telling people that, but it doesn't exist. Announce Jack Baker. Oh, yeah, no shit. You were gonna... Don't pretend it was by popular demand. You were gonna do it later. You were gonna do it anyway. Come on, man. Everyone knew. We all been new.
Next up, some long-awaited news from the world of Monster Hunter.
Yes, that was it. They're doing DLC. Reminder that ReVerse is coming. I'm not expecting much from this comic. I'm expecting like one thing at the end.
Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin.
We're gonna have... It's all gonna come down to Nintendo. Microsoft's presentation was good, but I can't remember any of the games because it was just a bunch of guys with guns again. They all looked similar. Alright, we got a story trailer at the Game Awards. Is this a new one? Yeah, this is a new trailer.
Red may have been strong and skilled, but against the awesome power of nature, he was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
Wait, is the previous protagonist just dead?
But I heard that Guardian Ratha had survived and returned to Hakoda
The
Island.
protagonist just dead?
I'm glad to see Red's old monster again.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just dead.
And of
Okay.
course, that's when I met you.
You were given Red's kinship stone, and now a Rathalos.
We killed Red. He got owned by Nergigante.
This is the legendary monster.
Little Rathalos. Chicken
The
wings.
monster with the wings of ruin. It's said that a beat of its wings can bring about waves of destruction.
Many
Many people
Bum bum
believe
bum.
there's a connection between the strange happenings and the wings of ruin.
Ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum.
And they're emitting a strange light.
Ba-da-da-dum. Bum ba-da. Yeah, this is just the higher resolution looking way cleaner version of the 3DS game.
What's this whole idea of forming kinship with monsters? How do you control them?
You don't. They're your
It's
friends.
not about control. Monsters help riders of their own will.
Yeah.
And the bonds between monsters and riders are just like your bond with Tsukino.
Yeah.
What kind of power does Ratha really have?
Let's see.
Why are all of these pits appearing?
God, the Monster Hunter Stories 2 default armor looks so bad.
All I have are questions.
If there's worry or doubt in your voice, Ratha will become anxious too.
The good thing about this armor being dumb
To know
is that you can just get new armor in these games.
I can sense the flames of his life force weakening.
You can
The
use
burden of
parts to
such
make
great
armor.
power is too much for his body to bear.
He's gonna explode. Oh.
voice.
Mm-mm.
Can you hear it?
Riders can bond with
It's
monsters.
me.
Surely you can groove with
The
fellow
furry's here.
humans.
It's gonna get you.
They have the power of kinship. They're friends. They're monsters.
Man, they just fucked Jeff over back when he said he had the story trailer and it showed us nothing, because this is just the story trailer.
I believe in the strength of humanity.
Bum 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 ba-da-dum, bum 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 bum. Any last second teaser here? Featuring free title updates. Dog! Ride the dog. The dog is just a monster you can have. Okay. New monster, Palamute. Available July 15th. Trial version. Available June 25th. Transfer save data to the full game. That's cool. They did that for the 3DS game. We'll actually pick that up. We'll take a look at that probably. Bah. That's it. Uh-oh.
Looks pretty epic, right? And
No.
how about that announcement? The canine companion Palamute from Monster Hunter Rise will be joining Monster Hunter Stories 2 as one of the new monsties in the first free title update
We know that.
soon after the game's release.
You just showed us
We
that.
get an early peek at the game with the Monster
This
Hunter
isn't news
Stories 2
anymore.
Wings of Ruin trial version starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the
Yes,
full
the
game
trailer
release
just told
a
us
few
that.
weeks later on July 9th. That's not the only way to join the hunt.
I'm sorry that
Fans
your
of
script
you
is
made
doing this
Monster
to you.
Hunter Rise a huge
Alright, here we
success
go.
earlier this year, and we have even more
Show
content
us
coming,
the info.
including a new collaboration on the Rise. Let's
Yeah,
find
show
out
us
more.
show us the info for the month. God, the English VA in that game's so bad. Coming for June and July. Capcom Collab 1. Yeah, we knew this already.
Rathalos is no runt. Moon's blessing emerge. Get ready.
You can dress your cat as the cat from that game. It has anime girl hair.
Be Moon's blessing emerge.
Oh, cut. Yeah, you can get the basic armor. Get it? It's like the video game. Oh, wait, those are spread out. Okay, yeah, because the armor's not available to you. You've actually beat it. Almudron, Fashion Victim. Fooled in the Flooded Forest. Muddy Grass. Heart of a hero. An icy blade so bright. Event quest lords. Black leather legs. Play possum. Shadow shade. Sunglasses for real. Sticker set. Hey, cute dog mask. Oh, those. Okay, yeah. Penguin. There was a penguin. You could turn your little owl into a penguin baby. Available June 24th. They didn't show any new monsters.
There has never been a better time to be a Monster Hunter fan.
Why didn't you show us the new
Updates
monsters?
to Monster Hunter Rise and the launch of Monster
Capcom.
Hunter Stories 2 this summer. We can't wait to hear about your own
You're just
stories
gonna make
and
us wait
adventures.
another week, huh?
Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July. Fans of Phoenix Wright will have new chapters to explore with the release of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Yep, this is coming out.
North American and European future attorneys will finally be able to get their hands on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which were previously only available in Japan.
Yeah, these came out a long time ago.
Late 19th century Japan and London to play as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Phoenix Wright's ancestor in this action.
Naruhodo, I see.
Now let's hear more about the story.
So then, let us unravel this mystery. Welcome to the center of the world. Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
This country is incredible. I will become a
So then,
Oh no, it's
let us
Britain.
unravel
Here comes the
this mystery
racism.
and discover what events led to this curious murder. Who are you?
Sherlock Holmes, because the owners of Sherlock Holmes are really mean.
Let us engage in the art of deduction.
And he still has like 2 books that are still covered by US copyright.
What have we here?
The state's trying to hold on to it as long as they can.
It would seem the truth is now tantalizingly close.
The defense demands its right to a cross-examination.
The dude just has a knife. Why did he just have a knife?
Your testimony completely contradicts the facts.
Good gracious.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
Oh yeah, this is the guy who sticks his foot up on the table. You've done it, Mr. Naruhodo.
You're the best lawyer in the world.
Available July 27th.
So we have 10 new cases and 8 mini escapades where you can take on the role of a defense attorney. Now, we
10
all wanna see some
chapters,
gameplay, right?
8 mini
Let's
stories.
take a closer
What?
first look at 2 gameplay features new to the franchise in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
This is what we're gonna get
Dance
gameplay for?
Introduction and Summation Examination.
Minor spoilers may be included.
Capcom's marketing brand manager for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Where to?
The Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
The Capcom team is thrilled to present 2 new gameplay features, Dance Introduction and Summation Examination, coming to the Ace Attorney series.
I can't get over him just being Mr. Naruhodo. This was a 3D. This was from the 3DS era, if I remember right.
Prove your client's innocence. Players will come across conspicuous situations.
Yeah, see, they had the 3D models.
With the help of Ryunosuke's legal aid Susato and the brilliance of deduction from
Sholmes.
Detective Herlock.
Sir, you've got a pair of safety scissors.
Herlock will proceed to present his logic and reasoning spectacular, a grandiose yet flawed series of conjectures.
Safety scissors. What? Yeah, I get it. He's actually an idiot.
Ryunosuke and Susato will then discuss to correct the flaws.
Yeah.
In Murloc's actions.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't look anything like
At this
him.
point, players will be prompted to search for clues that help identify the errors in the detective's logic and reveal the truth to the mystery. As players present new evidence and
It's a
observations,
fake beard.
Murloc will amend his deductions.
Who
based
would have
on
guessed?
information. Upon uncovering the truth, Ryunosuke and Herlock enter into a semi-metaphorical, semi-literal dance that brings them to the conclusion of the dance of deduction.
It's fake. They're the women. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed the moment they said there was a woman's scream from this room? Novovich ballets, prima ballerina. Flip it over. Oh, snap. See, he was half right on everything. Hello, ma'am. All the designs for this game are really good. Bum, 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 bum. Deduction complete. Elementary, my dear.
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors of the innocence of their client. Their progress will be displayed.
Interesting that there's finally a proper jury.
One black, representing a guilty verdict.
That guy just has a
one
knife.
white, representing a not guilty verdict.
Objection!
In summation examination, take the stand to face off against the jurors, all of whom provide explanations as to why they've reached their guilty verdict.
Gotta wreck their reasoning.
You'll have to identify conflicting statements and sway the jury in your favor.
I wasn't expecting this to be what we got the most gameplay footage of today.
Jurors to call out the flaws in their logic.
Yep.
Objection.
Get it right. What?
Be ready to provide evidence from the court record to help prove the contradiction in their claims.
Yep. Same as always. Just point out the
If you
contradictions.
successfully point out one of these contradictions among the jurors, you might just change their minds, too. With a slam
Yeah.
of their fist, each juror you persuade
Yeah, well,
will
this
so
entire
far
game has
fall
big,
towards the scales of
big
power,
energy from the
literally
Layton
the scales of
crossover.
justice in your favor. Bring each contradiction to light and persuade the jury to help prove your client's innocence.
Pop.
Objection! My
Oh
lord,
no.
with all due respect, this is an outrage.
Oh no, he's throwing
This
the
has just
thing.
been a small taste of the exciting new gameplay features.
Someone put the foot up when he yells
Ace
objection.
Attorney Chronicles. We are very excited to get this game in the hands of both new fans and diehard fans. alike. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, no, those look cool.
It already
Really
seems
not,
like I
yeah,
have
not
a
expecting
bunch of
much
games
from
to
the
catch
show.
up on. There are some exciting new adventures and titles to
This
look
has
forward
big
to.
Square Enix
Well,
energy so
that's
far,
a look
except
at
they
the new
didn't open
premieres
on
from
anything
Capcom.
new.
But what about esports? Let's close out
Hey,
today's
shut up.
showcase with a few words from two of the stars of Capcom Fighters, Rob TV and Vicious. They'll tell us what's been going on with Capcom esports, including updates on the Capcom Pro Tour, Open, Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom Fighters.
When you say fighters, at least show us a fighting game. I don't care about the esports players. I want the video game.
Capcom esports presentation for E3 2021. My name is Vicious, commentator for the Capcom Pro Tour as well as Street Fighter League, here with competitive Street Fighter V player and host extraordinaire Hollywood, Rob TV. What's up, Rob? Oh my goodness, Vicious, host extraordinaire. That just sounds beautiful. It has a ring to it, and I think that's the
No.
Capcom E3. It just feels
No.
right, and you feel the electricity in the air. Nice, noise.
Hey, Cap.
And
What?
there might be some people at home, Vicious, who don't fully know
Look, guys, it's Street Fighter V.
The long and the short
Please
of
play
it
our
is this.
game.
We travel all around the world, state to state, country to country.
We're sorry
and
it
we
was
try to
bad
bring
for
our
years.
bonus life bar from 100 all the way down to 0 and feel pretty goddamn good doing it.
That's right, Rob. If you think you're the best in your region, sign up for Capcom Pro Tour.
They released another version of it a little while ago. Apparently it's the best it's ever been, but it's still Street Fighter 5, so
So in this year's CPT overall,
it's not like I have a lot of hope.
$5,000 on the line for each tournament, but that money alone, that's not what's really at stake here. It's about making it to the granddaddy of them all, Capcom Cup.
Fucked up, by the way, that your prize pool for your massive tournaments on your tour is only 5K.
So behind me, you can see in all of its glory the Capcom Pro Tour 2021 official
Red Bull.
stage and set, and that's a place that you are.
Look at that Red Bull on their desks.
That's right.
Red Bull.
All of our events and
It's brought to you by
broadcast
Red Bull.
from this stage, and we check out all of the top
Do you
competitors
get it?
each and every one of these games. And speaking of, the Capcom Pro Tour has shaped up a lot. 2021, we have 32.
I always forget.
events
I always
going on
forget
in
Poison's
Capcom Pro
actually
Tour,
in
spanning
Street
across
Fighter 5 now.
19 different territories. So there's so many opportunities for players from around the world to get that ticket into Capcom Cup this season. I'm absolutely excited because, again, that is a big change from what 2020 was into what we could expect for 2021.
And Mago is your first qualifier for
God, that costume. Oh yeah, that's for that weird soldier lady they've added in from one of their more obscure games, and I always forget she exists. This is cool, but it's not. Can you at least show us something for the fighting game you keep talking about?
As well as catching some of the community-focused content that we have on Capcom Fighters. We have No Neutral, the official pre-show of the Capcom Pro Tour. We have sets where we take players from around the world.
I don't care.
In an exhibition first to
I don't care about any of this.
We do have Street Fighter League that's happened season after season, non-stop action. 6 teams of 3 duke it out in this battle tournament series to see who will walk away with the championship and the $150,000 prize pool.
Street Fighter League is something that you don't want to miss because normally we only have.
That's
one
the same
v1
thing last
boxing,
time.
But
Yeah.
now you actually have your teammates at your back, and every decision that you make is not just about you anymore.
I wonder if Grand Blue Fighters is gonna show off that new character. It's supposed to be at Rage sometime soon. It's the last Season 2 character. It's only been 3 months. I hope it's Sandalphon. E3's been pretty meh overall, yeah. There hasn't been anything really too exciting. Nintendo has a bunch of stuff they're still sitting on though, so they could show anything. But of course, they want you up at like 9 AM.
Will receive an exclusive competitor title and dojo object. You do not want to miss this.
I highly recommend everyone to stay tuned for future Capcom Pro Tour updates on the Capcom Fighters channel.
And again, we've had so many events so far.
No.
We started off with the Japan region. We've had a couple of more events going
No.
on afterwards, but the action does not stop. In fact, we're going to be continuing off with the Midwest region.
This has been the most mid E3 imaginable. Like, literally the only big win we got was they finally showed off Elden Ring. And that was before E3 started. Jeff just killed E3 by taking that. To find a better Street Fighter? I don't know. The other ones are all right there. You can play them instead.
Obviously, they got a rivalry. I'm the best in the world.
This game has changed the lives of so
Where's Sonic Fox?
That's what I'm talking about. I told you it's gonna go to the limit, and I ain't lying to the people.
This is the ultimate Street Fighter 5 experience.
Remember Street Fighter at EVO last year and how much of a nightmare that was?
Thanks, guys. It's been a really exciting season so far, and I can't wait to see how this plays out on the road to Capcom Cup. Remember to check out Capcom Fighters' Twitch and YouTube channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year. Let's recap what we all saw. Resident Evil Village is back.
Congrats, guys. Our announcement is they're making DLC.
Anniversary. We have new adventures to embark
They
on
didn't even have a
Monster
single
Hunter
tease for anything.
Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin.
Everything they showed was just things we either knew were coming or that they said ahead of time.
To tap into the family history
That
of
was
Phoenix
that
Wright
was
and
less
solve their
than
cases.
that was less
Finally,
than Square
don't miss
somehow.
out on the esports fun. Make sure you catch the latest
They didn't
matches
even
with
show us the
Capcom
new
fighters.
monsters coming
There
at the
really
end
is
of
something
June
for
for
everyone
Rise.
here today. But don't go anywhere
How
yet.
do you fuck that
Join
up?
the conversation on Twitter and make
At
sure
least
you
we
check
would have
out
got
the
something out of
Capcom
it.
virtual booth on the E3 portal to watch all these videos again and more. I'm Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer. Thank you for being part of the Capcom experience at E3 this year.
Just scroll down here and look at the chat. Bad. Are you kidding me? F. That's it. Dragon's Dogma 2 is robbed. They didn't even announce anything. Capcom stinks. K. Garbage. Woo! What the fuck? Holy dislikes, Batman. Better than earlier panels. 0 out of 10. Pretty underwhelming, to be honest. Seltzer? C3 sucks. Yep. Okay, they just summed it up. Sum that right up. Let's go over here real quick. No, that's paused, so we don't have to worry about people talking about stuff. Kind of bad. That it? No, what? Grateful for Ace Attorney, I guess. That was it for Capcom. Lame. It's finished? Oh. Imagine announcing nothing. That's it. Is this hell? Aw. Gotta be the worst E3 in history. Not even 2016 was this bad. Lame. I sleep. Chat, how do I skip to the good part? Whoa. Oh, man. Yep, all the cool costumes for Rise are going to be DLC, by the way. So, yep. Not even that. We didn't even get that. Oh, boy. 1 second. Cool cut. Wow, that was why was Capcom at E3? That's like all I can say. Like, why did they go? Why were they there? What was the point? Like, we know they're working on things. Like, how did you do that? like I expected we weren't gonna see anything like footage-wise for Resident Evil. They announced the DLC, which is cool because that's the only thing they actually announced. Ace Attorney looks good, but we've known about that game for years. It's just that it's in English now, so none of that's really. It didn't need the 10 minutes. It didn't. Stories is just. It's still just stories. It looks the exact same as the last 20 times they've shown it, because they keep just showing trailers for it over and over again, every like 2 weeks, that don't really give you anything new. Let's see. I got nothing, man. There's nothing to say about that. They didn't even show the new monsters for this update. Like, it's E3. All you went was, hey, there'll be some quests and get this cat armor. But you can't get the actual armor, though, from this event collab, because we're going to make you buy the game, Monster Hunter Stories, if you want it. Like, sorry that wasn't more exciting, you guys. I feel like that was a waste of all of our times, including mine. we haven't even been alive for an hour. There's literally like nothing to talk about from that. That was like I didn't even expect anything and they still let me down. Like when I said Dragon's Dogma, it's like maybe that would be cool. They talked about it multiple times. So that's neat. Unfortunately, they are not going to show you the Switch Pro, as Nintendo has confirmed over and over and over again that this is software only being shown tomorrow. So you'll get games and you'll like it. And that's it. Alright, gang. That's it. Like, they didn't even tell us. They didn't even give a tease at what the next Capcom collab was going to be for Rise either. Like, okay. We'll be back tomorrow morning for the Nintendo conference. There's a lot of things they could show, but I have basically zero hope of any of them. The only thing I'm going to be excited for is that SMT5 is probably going to be there. And I say that specifically because they said there'd be news this summer for SMT5. And it's coming out at like the end of the year. So they're running out of time. There's nothing else really. I don't have any faith that Bayonetta is going to show up. I don't have any faith that Metroid's going to show up. I don't have any faith that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to get a show. Please stop talking about leaks. I don't know, man. Like, they have a lot. They're sitting on so many games. I just have no faith that they'll actually show up. Maybe that Sonic thing will get announced. They were working on something else for Sonic that they didn't show off yet, I think. They announced, they teased the next new game. But there's been rumors of a collection for that for so long. There's, like, fucking... There's nothing, man. I don't fucking know. But we'll see you then, I guess. I'm gonna move over to the end screen. This is so... At least we had something to talk about with Square Enix. Chaos. Capcom didn't give me anything. I'm actually, like, really sad. Okay. I'll see you guys. If you came out for this, I'm sorry. Like, there's nothing to say. Check out our socials, I guess. Join the Discord. We'll be back for Nintendo. Hopefully I get something that makes me excited there. Follow me on Twitter. Okay. Goodbye, you guys. Love ya. Remember to worship the old cat. That's me. It's really hard to do this voice when you're not feeling it. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye.